Good evening, friends. How's everybody doing? Happy Friday. Let me know if you can hear me okay, all right? Because I had turned the volume down a wee bit. Hope everybody's doing well. Hope you've had a good week and a good day. I, in full disclosure, just woke up like about a half an hour ago. So if I look a little puffy and if I seem a little out of it, it's because I just had a wee cat nap. So, welcome to Friday at the Fire Pit. This is the Fire Pit, and today's Friday, so that works out. This is the last Fire Pit of the season. It is unseasonably warm today. We're sitting at about 15 degrees, which is lovely. And
I'm the producer.
My technical producer is with me here and has ever so lovingly, I think, given me his cold.
Yep, I'm on the shit list.
3 cheers for him, so that's lovely. So I'm feeling kind of terrible, but I will survive. That's the important bit. So how are you all doing? Please do share and let me know. Oh, please don't forget to hit the thumbs up. I appreciate the support. And I want to take a moment and say thank you to everyone for all of the kind comments today on my daily video. It was greatly appreciated. I really needed the support, and I appreciate you all that commented. So thank you kindly for that. And 15 degrees Celsius is about 60 degrees Fahrenheit. So I don't know. So yeah, that would be cold compared to 82 in Oklahoma. Hi, Miriam. So hi, Ivana. Hi, Sunpress. Good to see you, my friend. Been a while. Hi, Warrior Girl. Hi, Sherry H. I did get your email, love, but like I said, I just woke up. So hi, Pierrette. Hope you're doing well. Marsha's in the house. My cat is crying. If you can hear him, I'm sorry. That's Austin crying at the door. Gertrude is here. Hello, Gertrude. Welcome, my friend. Kiba is in the house. Hi, Kiba. Good to see you, my friend. Who else do we have here? Kristen was here and had to leave. She has her interview, so I hope that goes well. We send her lots of encouraging blessings for that. Sharon Syke is in the house. Thank you, everyone, for being here. So yeah, sorry, my nose is kind of runny and I'm kind of stuffed up. So no, I'm not feeling the best, but that's okay. Hi, G Covington. Oh, your arm is sore. Uh-oh. So we are here. It is Friday. It is the Fire Pit.
Set himself on fire.
Mark is trying to set the grass on fire. Did I miss Libra Lady? Hi, JR. If Libra Lady's in the house, hello. All right. Oh, there you are. Okay. Oh, thank you very much, Libra Lady. You're very kind, my friend. So, Kiba, I just want to say, so I found some comments last night or early this morning, whatever, that had been hidden away for some time, and I don't know, at least a month. And so I responded back to your comment, and I'm so sorry. I apologize. I don't know. Like, YouTube is taking my subscribers and flinging them out the door.
It's not just you, it's top of your mind too.
And hiding my comments for whatever reason. And then I found another comment from Teresa that was at least 3 months old. So I apologize. If anyone has left me a comment and I haven't responded I try to respond to all my comments, but for whatever reason, I just kept finding more and more and more today. So I apologize. Hello to the Crone Zone. Welcome, my friends. It's good to see you. Good to have you here. Hi, Jen. How are you? Good to see you. Hi, JR. So, oh, hi, Barb's Wheel. Thanks, everyone, for being here. Sorry if I feel like I'm a little like, Anyway, we're going to have some fun tonight because it's Friday at the Fire Pit, and that's what we do. It's the last one of the season. And so, there is no path. There's no program. There's no schedule. Every time is something different, and we just kind of like hang out and do our thing, right? Somebody just popped in here, and I missed them. Sorry. Tammy Jackson is in the house. Good to see you, Tammy. I still haven't had a chance to speak to Allie about your channel, Tammy, but I will do that, love. I don't want you to think that I've forgotten. Yes, Jen, thank you. Southern California, bring it on. We love it. So I have some cards here. If anyone has a question, I'm happy to answer it. And of course, I have all my crazy questions because, I love to do that. But I thought that because it's Friday at the Fire Pit, and we're just chilling, we're just talking. I thought I would ask you guys some stuff, if that's okay, And I want you guys to ask me some stuff. This is your opportunity to get to know me in a way that maybe you don't know me already. So if you have any questions about my, me, my life, my journey, whatever, feel free, bring it on.
Yes, she snores.
Mark said, yes, I snore. So let's start off with a fun question, okay? Fun question. What's a fun question? All right. Favorite line from a movie. What's your favorite line from a movie? That if you could say it every day or put it into a sentence, what would it be? Yvonne is like, I snore too. I'll have what she's having. I love it. So one of my favorites is I Feel the Need for Speed from Top Gun. I'm all about it. I had you at hello. There's going to be a theme. Tell them Large Marge sent you. I love that, Jen. Tammy says, nobody puts baby in the corner. I love that. Sherry H says, love means never having to say you're sorry. Excellent. Terminator, I'll be back. I also love You Had Me at Hello. Who doesn't? Really, I'll be truthful here. Anything with Tom Cruise in it, I kind of like. And it's not because I think Tom Cruise is necessarily a good-looking gentleman, but he does wear a really good uniform. Just saying. Miriam says, I'm thinking Billy D. Williams so fine, saying, do you want my arm to fall off, to Diana Ross playing Billie Holiday. I love it. Nice. Hi, Vivian. Good to see you, my friend. So, we're just doing a chat right now, Vivian. Feel free to ask questions, my friends. And by the way, while I have you all here, I'm going to put you in a hopefully really good mood. I'm going to play a little video of what's coming up next week. Next Friday, specifically. Here we go. This is a little entertainment for everybody. Put you in a good mood. Put your dancing shoes on, as it were. Here we go, my friends. So, friends, Thanks Spirit It's Friday is coming back. Thanks Spirit It's Friday is a really fun show that I started doing last year. And I put it on sort of a hiatus for the summertime, and it's coming back October the 7th, so next Friday. And it's sort of like the daytime version of what we do here Friday at the Firepit, meaning that no two times are the same. And quite often, for some unexplainable reason, the conga happens in the chat. And so I encourage everyone to come and check it out. Hi, Jay. Thank you, Sumpress. Yeah, I've been playing it ad nauseum, Vivian, because I like the music. Sorry. So, yep, I seen that, Sherry. And I think I seen that. Sorry, you guys have to forgive me because I am outside here. So I'm working on a small little laptop, so I apologize for sticking my face right in the camera. Just what y'all didn't need to see. I got you started, Kiva. Tammy says, how about I bet I can spook you? What's that from? I don't know. What is that from? Tell us, Tammy. I don't know. Ivana. Do we have to have a chat, Ivana? No, I'm just kidding. Yes, please make sure that you hit the thumbs up, friends. I am... yeah, you know what? I don't want... Oh, is it from a Tom Cruise movie? I'm all about it. Listen, I don't want this to turn into a Kelly complaint session, but I do have to say, since I have some people here, and you know, as I said in the beginning, that I really appreciated all the support that I got on my daily reading this morning. And I'm not going to lie, I've been feeling some sort of way the last couple of days. As I said on Wednesday when I did my talk on achieving wellness about negative thinking, that talk was for me as well, because I've been struggling the last little while. And, you know, I'm losing subscribers, and then you get them back, and then you lose them again. I've been getting lots of thumbs down on my videos, and I just don't understand that. And it's not because I don't think that I could get a thumbs down or lose a subscriber. In my mind, like, I'm working really hard, and so because I have a mental health disorder, and because of the way that I have to sort of change the information that I receive, so that I react accordingly, I've had to do, take myself outside today and calm myself down and have a good long talk with myself and figure some things out. So, yes, I agree, Barb. They absolutely do come in waves. Absolutely. Oh, that's very nice, Libra Lady. I appreciate you. Hi, Teresa. Good to see you, my friend. So I don't want anyone to think that I'm complaining, because I'm not. I'm just trying to be honest that if you hear me making those types of comments, that's what it is. I'm just struggling. That's all. Unfortunately, I have anxiety panic disorder, and that happens. Today someone made a comment and said on the daily read that it was a great learning or a great teaching opportunity, great learning opportunity, and I thought that it was, and so that's why I shared it. So, but I always forget to say, hit the thumbs up. So there, I've said it now. Yay! Yes, it's all Mark's fault, really. All right, so I'm missing. Yeah, absolutely. Sempris. Marcia says, Kelly, I think that happened to Jay, Milu, and some others. The numbers will get back up for you. Thank you, Marcia. I appreciate your support, my love. Surrounding you in unconditional love and divine healing light. You are so loved and supported. Thank you kindly, the Crown Zone. I appreciate you. Yeah, no, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, here's the thing. I don't know if it's done intentionally or unintentionally. I don't know if it's just a thing or what it is. I have no idea. But to counterbalance that, as I said in my reading this morning, I received the most lovely email today from someone who just expressed their appreciation for what I do and how honest I am. And that was lovely. And I've been concentrating on that all day. And so I thank that person, because literally that email came at the right moment when I really needed to hear that. So I really appreciated it. And I thank them kindly for reaching out and letting me know that I made a difference. So I really appreciated it. So thank you. Tammy, I think, if I may be honest, that people may not fully understand what your channel is about, and some people may have felt that there's some competition with Tarot Love community, if I were being honest. And so I would strongly suggest that you send an email to some of the readers that you follow and introduce yourself and let them know what your channel is all about. And sort of have them help you spread the word. That's what I would encourage you to do. I think that's a good place to start. Yeah, absolutely, Miriam. See, here's the thing: when you do a thumbs down, I mean, on a YouTube channel, so it used to count. It used to literally count against your channel, and people treat the thumbs down like back in the day when you could slam the old phone down in someone's ear, or you could slam a door, right? Well, we can't really slam a phone anymore, so they've put this, thumbs down option, and people would hit the thumbs down because someone did not answer a question, or they didn't like the content, or whatever, and it counted against you. So now it does not count against the channel in your overall standing, meaning it's not a strike against you, but it does count. It does count. And so what happens is they take the number of views for the video that you do, and then the amount of thumbs up and the amount of thumbs down, and then you get an average. And so in some cases, if you do a video and you only have, 10 people view it, and you have one thumbs down, your channel average drops to like 50% or 60%. It's just not great. So, yeah, that's a good, see, there you go. Yeah. No, the thumbs down do not help the channel at all. The deal is that they used to count against it, and now they don't. Meaning that in YouTube's eyes, they're not going to come after you and start looking through your content because you received a thumbs down in terms of like maybe, you know, reporting you or having to take you down, but it does count. If you go into, if I go into my analytics on my channel and I scroll over to the right, I get an average. So as I just explained. So yeah, it still does count. Hi, Sunflower Down Under. So, I always forget to say it. Hi, Geek. Nice, Geek. Good for you, my friend. Good for you. So, I just wanted to explain, if I seem a little bit off, that's what that is. But, you know, I try to be honest and I try to be open with you guys because, you know, that's what this channel is all about. So, mosquito. So, welcome everyone to Friday at the Fire Pit again. And I just want to say that the Crone Zone had a really interesting show on today, and I did have it marked off to watch, and I messed up because I had an ugly cat nap. It was unplanned, friends. So I plan on going back and reading or watching that. The show was on grief, and they had Wisdom Seeker Joan there. And so I wanted to take a listen to that. So tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, we have the Vibe Tribe. And I'm very excited about that. So the Vibe Tribe was an idea that I came up with for a group of people that I enjoy working with and I enjoy spending time with and I enjoy sharing the space with, reading with, whatever. And we have sort of come together collectively to start what we've called Raising the Vibe Tribe. And tomorrow is our first episode or first edition or whatever. And we're going to come together once a month. The first 2 times are going to be on my channel. And then, you know, if it resonates with people and it grows, you know, we'll sort of take the show on the road, shall we say, and go around. There's 9 members of the Vibe Tribe. So there's, I have to go in order or I'll forget. There's Anna Banana. These are the channel names. So Anna Banana, Ivana Intuitive, Cartomancy Mesquite, myself, Dozen Cats, Heart and Soul Connected, Allie, Jay, Herc213, Heather, Indigo Jaguar Intuitive Arts, Ron, Unconditional Love, and Sherry, H, Voices from the Swamp. And so all of us have joined forces, and I think it's going to be great. So I hope that you can join us tomorrow for that. All 9 of us will be here at the same time. God help us. Geek says a fire. Put a big pot of beans on for later. It would be a laugh. Well, here's the thing, Geek. My whole childhood I've camped, and there is nothing better than, my friend, than cooking out on an open fire. And I got all kinds of good recipes because honestly, I've been doing it since I was knee-high to a grasshopper. We only ever used a 45-gallon drum that was cut off and always had an old oven rack on our fire pits as I was growing up. I got all kinds of recipes. And of course, I used to work at day camp. I was day camp counselor, so I got all those tricks up my sleeve. Thank you, Teresa. We're really looking forward to it. Thank you, Tammy. Warrior Girl says I uploaded my first video. For a huge thank you to John Beanie for a one-on-one healing session I had with him, but accidentally gave a shout out to all of my favorite chat friends first. I was nervous. I feel like I failed. Oh, honey, don't. No, don't do that. Listen, there is no right way to be a channel host. There's no right way to be a channel host, in my opinion, because everyone does it different. As long as you made your guest feel safe and feel welcome, I'm sure that he understands that it was your first video. So please, I'm sure that it was wonderful, and I promise I will go check it out when I'm done here. Oh, you can't, Tammy? Well, hopefully the smoke isn't bothering you from here. This is good for you then. You'll enjoy this. Hi, Chrissy. Good to see you, my friend. Yeah, listen, I mean, honestly, you can't beat yourself up for that. Oh, excellent question, Pierre. I love it. And we will get to your question too, Kiba, by the way. My hands are freezing right now. I haven't opened up my cards yet. I want to say, so the Crone Zone said, I was thinking of some marshmallows would be nice. I did put that in my post, by the way. Don't forget your marshmallows. So we have here a question from Pierrette. What is the first snack or munchie food that you need to have at the fire pit? Sherry H., you got a lot of things on the go for tomorrow, my friend. You've got the show with the Vibe Tribe. You've got Ben coming. Now you want to do this other thing that you emailed us all about. And you want to make gumbo too. That's an awful lot. I tell you what, though. I'm making beef stew and dumplings tomorrow. So I feel you on the excited for the cool weather to come so we can have some warm comfort food. I love it. So Geek says weenies. Someone else said popcorn. Hi, Sharon Sipe. How are you, my friend? Oh, it was Geek that said popcorn. Barb's Wheel says marshmallows. Libra Lady says dark chocolate. Yeah, she was in the... when was she here, you guys? So Shelby Lisa was here Wednesday night. So I haven't seen her, Chrissy, since after the... I haven't seen her since after the... it was supposed to come... The storm was supposed to come towards her, I think, on Wednesday night, but I haven't seen her since Wednesday night. Well, I think it's easier to want to cook because your appetite is like bigger meals, right? There you go. Good job, Sherry. I have to tell you, one of my favorite things at the fire is what we call baked apples. So you take a red apple and you core it out, right? You put a little bit of butter, a little bit of brown sugar, some raisins if you're into it. And I've even heard of people putting like a little dip of honey in it. You can put chocolate chips in it if you're interested. And you shove all that in the core of the apple, and you wrap the oil or the apple up in tin foil with a sort of like a little handle. And you put them around the fire pit. So they're like on a rock or something. So they sort of bake slowly. It's like having a candy apple. Only it's not hard. It's so good. And you just warm it up so all the stuff starts to melt and sort of, it's so good. Yummers, yummers, yummers. Hey, Cardman's Mesquite, good to see you, my friend. On a rocket stove made from a small log, campfire coffee is the best. Yes. Yeah. Banana boats are awesome at the fire pit. you take a banana and you crack the head, you peel back just one layer, and you sort of mush it into the banana, right, with a fork. You can sprinkle chocolate sprinkles, chocolate chips, caramel chips, whatever you want. Pretty much anything goes. And you put that on like a cedar plank, and you stick that on the fire. Of course, that's why you save that part of the peel, and then you just sort of put the peel back. It just sort of melts it. So good. Another good thing to have on the fire. So if you get like a French stick or an Italian loaf of bread, right? So it's big. The crust has to be fairly sturdy, fairly thick. You slice it, but 3/4 of the way up from the bottom, so you have like a lid, right? And you scoop out the bread from the main part of the loaf, and you leave it in a bowl to the side. You mix together green onions and a little bit of garlic, lots of butter, some salt and pepper, and some like Italian seasoning, oregano, Italian seasoning, something of that nature. Tomatoes that are diced up, and Parmesan cheese. And you mix all that together with a little bit of olive oil, and you put all of that in, and you fill up the bread with it, right? Then you put the bread crumbs that you took out, put that back on and pack it, and then layer it with cheese and put the lid on it and sprinkle more cheese on the top. Wrap it in foil, but like not tight, but like a boat of foil, and stick that on the fire. Oh my God, you guys. It's like having bruschetta in a bun. It's so good. It's so good. Spanish onion sandwiches are also equally delicious. Spanish onions being the really, really big onions. For those of you that might not call them Spanish onions, you slice those on like rye bread or a bun, and put cheese on it on the fire. Love it. Amanda, hi Amanda, by the way. Good to see you, my friend. Best way to cook corn on the cob on a fire is to put the ears in a cooler with water ice before wrapping them. See, we don't wrap our corn in foil when we do them on the fire pit. We have a cauldron that hangs on a tripod, or a tripod, not a tripod, a tripod, and you boil them in the water above the fire pit. Bye, Chrissy. It's good to see you, my friend. I'll have to get in touch with you. We'll have to do another collab. For sure. Chrissy's awesome. And thank you for hanging out with us for a little bit, my friend. Appreciate you. I hope that everything's okay down under. Amanda says, love sauteed bananas with orange marmalade, brown sugar, and butter topped with sour cream. Oh, sorry, I'm making you hungry. Sorry. Hi, Craig Dixon. Hi, everybody who's popped in. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody. If I did, it wasn't intentional. I'm sorry. I love you all. And I appreciate you being here. Hi, Jan's Free. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay. So, my nose is starting to run. My dinner will be reheated veggies. Oh, dear. Well, I hope that you're feeling better soon, Chrissy. I didn't know that. Thank you for letting us know that, Geek. You know what? I think if I was being honest, one of the things that I regret, or that I wish that I could change about having my own channel now, is that my time is you know, because I have like 48 or 449 videos on my channel. Look at that, one video for every subscriber. And I don't have time to go to the chats like I used to, and I wish that I did. Yes, I seen that, Sherry. Congratulations. All right, let's get Kiva's question asked or answered. So bear with me, everyone, because shuffling the cards here in the dark on my lap is a challenge, to say the least, as I drop them all over the floor. I should have brought my mini cards out. Honey, could you get me another drink?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Actually, could you do me another favor? Sorry. On my desk, there's a little blue tin. It's like light blue. It says White Sage Tarot on it. Could you bring that out when you come out? I can't use these cards. They're too big. Sorry, there's a helicopter going over. Kiva, bear with me one moment, okay, dear? My husband's going to grab me my mini deck because I can't shuffle these out here because I don't have a surface to put them on. Well, I do, but I don't want to put my cards on the surface. So I've got, thank you, honey. Appreciate you. All right. So Barb's Wheel says, I have not been making videos lately. No excuses. I could have. I didn't. Listen, you know what? Everyone that supports me is very supportive and tells me all the time not to apologize if, you know, my video's late or whatever the case may be. But I, you know, if I say I'm going to do something, then I want to do it. And some people think that I do too much, I'm sure. I literally could be on every day, all day, because I love this interaction. But when I make a pre-recorded video, it doesn't feel the same. So my best advice to you is to do what feels best for you in the moment that it feels best. You know what I mean? Because it's not always the same for everybody, if that makes sense, you know? All right. Let's see, what do we have for Kiva? Sorry, guys, if I'm not seeing all your comments. Right now, I'm just trying to keep the cards in my hands. And as you can see, even this isn't working. But since they fell out, we'll take them. I've always said that this particular deck, this deck here. It comes in a tin. It's lovely. So cute. It's called the White Sage Tarot. Can you see that? And I've always said that there's something about it sitting in the in the tin that like magnifies it somehow. Because when I pull these things out, they like literally just pop. They're like Jiffy popcorn. It's a hard pace to keep up, Sherry. Once you started, it's really difficult to not do it. And the thing that, you know, like if I could change the way that I went about it, I probably would, if I was being honest. I totally love it. Okay, so keep it. We start out with the magician. The magician is about having all of the resources available to you. Look at that. It looks like I'm putting the magician on fire, and I'm not. This is about using all of those resources. So the magician in the traditional Rider-Waite tarot has pictured on the card all of the tools of the tarot. So all the suits, the pentacles, the cups, the swords, as well as the wands. So having all the resources at your disposal, right? Having all the tools in your toolbox. So it's about being prepared. It's about, wow, look at the fire go. It's about being prepared. It's also about manifestation, right? Next up, we have the Five of Pentacles. Lovely little sand dollars there. The Five of Pentacles. Next, we have the Queen of Wands, which is you. That is who you are. The Queen of Wands, the natural healer, well thought of in the community, hardworking, capable, gracious person. Next to that, we have the Knight of Pentacles. Oh, that's very sweet, Empress. I love that. Is that your kitty catfish? So next to that, we have the Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles is going after your dreams, going after your sort of executing your plan, if that makes sense. Okay. We have the Moon card. So the Moon card is often a very, very, very tricky card to read. It depends on what cards are around it. In this case, I think that something is being highlighted to you that you might not be seeing. Okay? Doesn't necessarily mean that it's something bad or something negative. It just means that something's being shown to you. So think of the moon literally lighting up something in terms of like a hidden object game that you might play on your phone, where you take a picture and something's illuminated, but you're not seeing it. Okay? On the bottom of the deck, I have the Five of Wands, and that's conflict. So I'm not sure if you're experiencing conflict with another person or persons, or if you are experiencing conflict within yourself, perhaps. But the moon is in the challenge position, in the outcome position, and the king or the Knight of Pentacles going after your dreams is in the challenge position. So if there is some conflict, it might be internal conflict in terms of, I don't know what to do. I'm not quite sure about what the next move is or what the next step is. And all I can say to you on a personal note is to remember that we all have intuition. We all have inner wisdom. Try to tap into that and allow that to navigate you. Trust it a little bit more, maybe. But that's what I got for you, love. I hope that resonates. I hope it makes sense. Sorry, I just bumped the camera or the iPad. Everybody's talking about dogs in the chat. I've missed so much. All right. Thank you, Semper. You're so sweet. Fish Stick and Zuzu. So sweet. Well, hello, Fish Stick and Zuzu. Welcome to Friday at the Firepit. They just came to find the cat. That's what they're doing. Barb's Will says, my sister adopted a Georgian dog that came to Canada. Nice. Hi, Marie Hansen. I didn't see you pop in, honey. Sorry. I used to house watch for his owner, went out in town and feed the cats. Nice. You're welcome, Kiva. Yeah. We have a great adoption program here locally where I live. There's a lot of dogs that come from the Manitoba and Ontario border in the north, where it is cold, and stray dogs, mostly huskies, labs, Samoyeds, sometimes German shepherds, are like rampant up there, and they're having puppies like crazy. It's called the Northern Rescue Plan, and so they fly them in. It's like a 7-day trip all the way around between car, plane, and I think they even go on a train at some point to bring them here, and then they go to the shelters in the area, and once they're usually like mama babies, their mamas having babies, and so all the babies get adopted out, which is lovely. Nice. Good for you, Sempress. Geek says, I'm expecting a lot of pets from Florida to hit our area. I've already put in for a couple of chihuahuas. Nice. I actually just watched a video before I came on tonight where a guy had rescued a kitty cat in Fort Myers, Florida, that was sitting atop a air conditioner unit, and the water was just coming around the bend, and a man went out and got the cat off of the air conditioner unit and took him inside. So it's lovely when you see that, sort of renews your faith in humanity, does it not? I love that, James Free. Nice, Amanda. I apologize for sniffling, friend. Sorry. Yeah, you would never know that I lived in a small town that didn't even have a traffic light, would you? From the flipping noise that goes on here. Can I just tell you that I am over the cottage country people? They can leave their cottages and go home, because we would like our quiet back. What is the temperature? It is about, what is it now, Mark? Like 13? It's about 13 degrees Celsius. So that is about 57 or 58 degrees Fahrenheit. It's getting dark. I look better in the dark than I do in the light. We should keep this lighting. We should keep it. The only problem is I can't see what I'm doing. No, it's sweater weather. I love it. I'm all about it, friends. I am all about it. As you can see, I came prepared. Got my track pants on, my big thick socks, my Crocs. It's from the fire pit that I'm glowing. Let me know if I catch on fire, though, okay? Mika, I didn't know that you were in Alberta, did I? If I did, I apologize because I forgot. It's cooler here in Ontario than it is in Alberta. I used to live in Alberta. Lovely place. Very clean. Okay, so ask me some questions, you guys. Isn't there anything that you want to know, or let's have a conflab? You ought to hear up here in Groundhog at dark on a Saturday night. Sounds like a drag strip here, and I ain't talking about RuPaul. Geek. I love it. Well, yeah. Welcome, fellow Canadian. I didn't know. Mark, my signal is all weird out here. Mark?
Yeah, I know. Time to go to commercial and I'll fix your signal. I noticed your audio's not freezing, but your picture's freezing.
Awesome. Oh, there.
Hold on 1 second. Let's try it. Turn this down a notch. It might be a little grainy.
There you go. Is that better, you guys? Whoops.
Maybe some light.
No, I'm glowing. I like it like this. Leave me. Oh, no. God, no.
Flashing red.
Really, Mark? Mark,
Yeah.
Can you turn off the light? Thank you. Can you turn off the red flashing light? Honestly, you guys, 18 years. I don't know how we made it. Yes, Jan's free. Yeah, we can do that. Although it is difficult for me to shuffle cards in the dark, friends. I don't know what's going on with the signal, you guys. I apologize. It's not. It just went down again.
Is that any better? Or is that just annoying?
No, that's fine. It's annoying, but it's fine. Well, you guys might like the red light, but I don't like the red light shining over my head like that's crazy. Anyways, I feel more at home with the kitties than being with people. Totally. So, I was going to say something, and I forgot what I was going to say. What was your first deck of cards, and do you still prefer them? Thank you. You guys know that I'm not feeling well. I can't even think straight. So Pierrette says, what was your first deck of cards, and do you still prefer them? Well, this is a really interesting question that Pierrette asked, because most of you here know my story and know that prior to having my channel, which was almost a year ago now, I never had any cards. So what was my first deck of cards in terms of tarot cards? Was that little white mini sage deck that I showed you, and your good old-fashioned Smithwaite Rider deck. And yes, I mean, I wouldn't say that I prefer them, but I still use them. I still like them. Oracle cards was the Sacred Forest Oracle, and yes, they are definitely one of my favorite decks. Well, thank you, Jansfree. I appreciate you saying that. You know, let's talk about that for a minute. For anybody who may be in that same sort of realm, or that same sort of thinking pattern, talking about their connection. I am a very analytical type of person. I need to understand a process. I need to understand from A to Z how things work and why they work. And this doesn't work like that. There is no way for you to know how this works, because you can't really explain it. And when it's happening to you, sometimes you're not even aware of it. Like me, I wasn't aware of it. And for weeks, months, in fact, I would sit here and I would do my what I called my oracles in chat, and we would chat just like this, and I'd shuffle the cards and I'd pull out a card and I'd be like, "This is for you." And someone would say, "Oh my gosh, that's so spot on." I'd be like, "I don't know how it's happening. I don't know how I can do it. I don't know why I can do it." And because I couldn't explain it, it was really messing with me. I must have spent the first, I don't know, 4 or 5 or 6 months saying, "I don't know how it's happening." I was just like, "It's a fluke." And the people in the chat kept saying to me, like, "You're a reader, Kelly. You're a reader. You're a reader." And so I think that that's really an interesting journey. And forgive me, I'm not trying to say that, I'm special, because that was my journey. I'm saying I'm not aware that other people had that similar experience in terms of they were doing it and still didn't recognize that they were doing it. But anyhow, many people kept saying to me, "Kelly, you're a reader." And so I had to trust it. I had to put my trust in it and just be like, "Yeah, you know what? Okay, I own it." And that was really hard for me to do. But once I did it, it made the journey a lot easier. I have to be honest. It made the journey a lot easier to just give in to the trusting of what was happening. Right. So no, my story is not like everyone else's, that I mean, I could sit here and lie to you guys and tell you, "Oh yeah, I've been having visions since I was 5, and, people talking to me in my sleep and stuff." But no, I've had a lot of weird things happening around my home. But I believe that I know why those things were happening, because my cousins passed. But I tell you what, I did have a really amazing experience recently, and that is that I joined a behind the scenes mediumship psychic sort of class, shall we say. There's no money charged. It's just a bunch of people practicing, right? I went to the class. I had no idea what to expect. I had no idea what I was doing. Never even attempted to do anything like this before. And I got put into a breakout room with someone where they gave me a name of a person. And we were doing this one particular exercise, and I closed my eyes and out it came. Hair color, neck, like I could describe them right down to their shoes. I knew what they were wearing. I mean, now when I say I could see them, I had no visuals. I couldn't see anything. I see nothing. I had no visions. I just knew it. And they were living energy, which was interesting to me. So no one was more surprised than I was that I was able to do that. And then I went back another time, and I did it again. And so I guess what I'm trying to say is, like, I felt like I was in the chat watching someone else going, "Wow, that was amazing." Because I was like, I don't know how I did it, but okay, I did it. And then I was talking to a friend of mine, and I was telling them that I had done this, and they said, "Well, what can you tell me about this person?" And so I did it for them too, and I got everything right down to how that person passed, except for I was off on the age by about 5 or 6 years. So the point that I'm making is that I don't want to say something trite like, "If I can do it, anyone can do it." I don't know how you become that. I don't know how that happens to someone. I don't know how you mean, I know how you can develop it because of the information that's been shared with all of us in these different rooms that we go to. But I mean, apparently this was an untapped resource, if you will. It was something that apparently I had the ability to do, and I didn't even know that I had the ability to do it. And so I feel like if I could really dedicate myself to it, gosh knows what would happen. And I have to be honest, I'm not afraid of it, but it is a little like, it's exciting, but it's also a little bit unnerving because I don't fully understand it. And that's really difficult for me to walk into something that I don't fully understand. And so I have to like take baby steps, right? Gently move myself forward if that's what I choose to do. Hi, Linda. Good to see you, my friend. Thank you for being here. Sorry, guys. There's all kinds of noise going on around me. The signal's all screwed up, and I don't know what's going on. I appreciate all of you being here and the patience. I feel like I'm talking and no one's, I don't know if anyone's listening or not. I can't even really see the comment. So let me go back up here for a second. No, I have not heard from Marie's Table Geek. So Warriors Girl says that she's seen her on a couple times. Amanda says, it has been suggested to me that I go online to host a show or whatever. I am sensitive, but not a reader as such. Been imagining just open dialogue card on that. I could if I could see you, and I don't have any lights out here on, so I can't actually see Amanda, but I can try. Mika says, let me start that so I don't forget it. Mika says, how would one know if one has a gift to help others? That's an interesting question.
Can you turn that light on?
Yeah, you're going to have to know. Please. You should take those things inside, the cupcakes that are on the table. I think you just know. Now, when I say that you just know, in my case, I didn't know. But I didn't not know, if this makes sense. So, if you've had dreams, if you've had visions, in terms of a psychic gift, right? If you've had dreams or you've had visions or anything like that, if you have the ability to read cards, if you have the ability to say, oh geez, I need to call, my friend Bob, because I just feel like he needs to hear from me. And then you call Bob and you find out Bob's had a really, really bad week. Then you have some kind of intuition that's already happening. I think that you can develop it, and every person is empathetic. Every person has the ability to be an empathic person. We all have that in us. We all have intuition in us. And I believe that all of us can develop it. I suppose the only way that that you would know that you had something different in terms of, that you could see things or whatever, is because you were open to knowing, because you've shared it with other people and found out that it wasn't what everyone else was experiencing, if that makes sense. When am I coming back, Cardamancy Mesquite? The problem is that schedule doesn't fit my schedule, so I would love to come back, but it's just too hard for me right now with my schedule. Lots of pink around the fire, yeah. Oh, thanks, Miriam. Appreciate you, my friend. I'm like way. Hi, Genealogy Junkie. How you doing, love? Thank you for being here. Libra Lady says, I had premonition dreams going back to high school. Meditation made a difference in bringing back more connectedness. Meditation cleared the stress from work. There you go. You have the gift of knowing, even if you didn't know, you know. Yeah, absolutely, Barb. And that's the point. Like that's what I was getting at. Like, I didn't know that I had it, and I have had a few visions that were recent, like in the last year. One of them at like 3:30 in the morning when I woke up and had to go potty. What are you looking for?
The part for that.
It's fine now.
It doesn't have a part of it.
That's very cool, Amanda. Now that I have light, now I can pull a card for you, love. I couldn't see before because I was in the dark. Oh, you're gonna have to, Mark. You left the door open.
Maybe it doesn't move.
Sorry, I have a phone light in my face. Quincy's trying to eat your food. Mark, can you do me a favor, please, and bring me my blanket off my chair? I'm freezing. Because someone gave me their cold. All right, Amanda. Whoop. Hello, that flew out. Did y'all see that? I will tell you that the one thing that I have noticed, though, this is an observation of mine. My observation is that when my anxiety is high is when I have the most difficulty trusting whatever that connection is. Okay. So, Amanda, just one sec, love. Bear with me, my darling. I got my crocheted one, honey. Thank you. You know, because it's like already nasty, so it's okay if it's out here. Yeah, the one that's on my chair. I'm getting my blanket because I'm freezing. Thanks. My homemade crochet job from my scraps. Which brings me to, I need to make a new one. All right. So, Amanda, we start out with the Four of Pentacles. Can you see that okay, love? Sorry, I know the glare is really bad because of the freaking spotlight that I have on me. You can't see the card. So, it's the Four of Pentacles. Mark, yes. Sorry, I've got more light shining on me now than you could possibly imagine. So, following that, we have the Six of Pentacles. I know that looks like a Justice card, but it is the Six of Pentacles. Following that, we have the Hierophant. I apologize. I know you guys can't see, but that's because I literally have a light that's this long, like a strobe light, right above my head. It's not conducive to throwing cards out here. And then we have the Ace of Cups. So the answer to the question is yes. You have, according to the Ace of Cups, you have intuition and that empathetic side to you, right? You have that knowing or that feeling sort of ability. I think that your challenge might be with the Hierophant card in terms of your belief system or other people's expectations of you. In terms of, so the Hierophant card is about beliefs and traditions, right? So if you've been raised as a Catholic, for example, and taught that tarot is bad or evil or the devil's work or whatever, that you may have internalized that in some way, so that it would be difficult for you to sort of like jump in with both feet and be like, yes, this is what I do. You might be concerned that your friends or your family might not accept it. I'm not sure if that's the case or not, but that's what I got. The Six of Pentacles makes sense to me for anyone trying to do this, because of course the Six of Pentacles is about giving and receiving. It's about, that exchange, right? You have to give yourself and your trust to your connection and your trust to spirit in order to have that channel open to be able to deliver the messages. You have to trust that journey, trust that connection, trust that process. And so if there's any truth to the Hierophant card in terms of not fully being on board with that belief system, it might be difficult for you to fully express in terms of your potential, if that makes sense. I'm so far behind. Yeah, it's a cold. It's not it's not COVID, thank God. So apparently I don't know, like we had 25 people in here and now we have 17, so I'm not sure where everybody went. So apologize if I was going on. Hi Donna, good to see you. Oh, thank you, Amanda. Appreciate that. Donna says, I am the same. The higher the anxiety, the less I trust my inner voice. Absolutely. Oh, you can see the cards. Good. Thank you, Sempress. Because from here, I feel like I can't see them. That is a part for sure. All in divine timing. Oh, you're welcome, Amanda. My family doesn't even comprehend spiritual talk. It's interesting to me because, that whole concept about, my family, and listen, I get it. Probably better than most people would think that you would get something like that. I get it because, why can't I come to this party, or why won't I go to that outing or that, that gathering with my family, because I don't leave my house. Try explaining that. I had an aunt that passed away, my mom's sister, my Auntie Carol, who I loved more than I can possibly imagine. Mark, can you close the door? Because all I can hear is that, whatever you're listening to. Can you just close the door a little bit? No, I can hear me on your phone after I'm talking. Can you close the door just this? Thank you. Sorry, he's sitting in my office listening to me do this, and all I can hear is my echo. It's freaking me out. So my Aunt Carol was my mom's middle sister, and she was the very best person that I ever knew in my entire life. My aunt was born with Down syndrome, and she had the functioning level of about a 6-year-old. And at that moment in time when she was born, they didn't understand, and they didn't have the resources that they have today. My grandparents were told that she was never going to walk or talk, and she wouldn't live past 14. And they had eventually had 6 children, and she was the middle child. And they convinced them that it was best for her if they would put her in an institution. And so they took the drive to take her to the institution, and my grandmother couldn't follow through with it. And so I grew up in a family of people that were very special individuals in terms of protecting her and understanding her. And to me, she was just Annie Carroll. Like that was the end of the definition. She was no different than any of my other aunts, right? And so as I grew up and got older and started to understand that she had a functioning disability, I was very curious. And so that is what I did. That it was what I took in school. That was my education, and that was my career choice. And so she is a huge influence in my life. And so anyway, I forgot where the hell I was going with this whole story, talking about my Annie Carroll. Oh yes, I know where I was going. Sorry. Hello. Sorry, brain fog because because I don't have COVID because I'm sick and I'm tired. So she passed, and we were going to her funeral. And I think twice I had to have Mark pull the car over. The traffic was moving so fast, and I didn't think I was going to make it. I was so anxious, and it was like a 2+ hour car ride that I had to go on. And I couldn't get 20 minutes down the road. And I was literally like, I was vibrating on the inside. And so my point in saying that is, when the anxiety gets a hold of you, it really, really can get a hold of you. So, I just don't normally do stuff like that. But obviously for my Aunt Carol, that was important, right? So no, I don't put myself in a position where I'm made to feel uncomfortable. So if someone invites me to their home, I probably would say no. Not because I don't love them, not because I don't want to be around them, but because it's honestly, it's a traumatic experience for me. And then I ruin it for everyone. So I've lost so many family and friends because they don't get it. They don't understand. It is what it is, right? So I'm going to scroll back up here. So James Free says, sometimes they don't understand my volunteering, laugh out loud, but that's okay. Yeah. Amanda says that it happens. Most of them are atheists. Laugh out loud. I found my own way to spirituality. So happy to be here. Well, I'm glad that you found your way too, Amanda. I mean, it can be so healing in so many ways. Like I never understood the amount of healing that I could receive from this community. The information, for whatever reason, and again, I'm not questioning it, but for whatever reason, this community, this spot, this place, these people, these wonderful people, you guys in the chats, resonated with me in a way that 9 years of therapy did not. And this is not me trying to make you all feel really good, or trying to make you feel bad for me, or trying to gain subscribers, or blowing sunshine up anyone's skirt. This is the God's honest truth. This community and the people in the chats, and specifically some readers, were able to get through to me what 9 years of therapy did not, what doctors did not, my husband could not, in some cases, my family, my sister, my friends, my coworkers, you guys, this community, spirit, got through to me. So I get it. I get that part. And it's lovely, because it has literally changed my life. Oh, thank you, Liz. You're very kind, my friend. And that's lovely, Tammy, that you want it. Where are you going, honey? And that's lovely, Tammy, that you want to do that. And I'm sorry that you're getting some resistance from it, my dear. But be patient with it, because it's I also understand that too. I understand, being all excited to start a channel and be like, yeah, I'm going to do this and it's going to be great. And then you're like, oh my God, A, it's a lot of work, and B, nothing's happening. I have been doing my channel for just about a year. My channel started November the 7th of 2021, which is my mother's birthday. And I love it. I am not going to sit here and pretend that it's been easy, because it's not. Sitting here and sharing the most intimate and personal details of my struggles with my anxiety panic disorder have been difficult. And it has also been hard when I bring up particular topics that I may struggle with, like the talk that we had the other night. And in full disclosure, that's why I had to switch Achieving Wellness from every week to every second week, because I wasn't able to bounce back from some of those discussions. And that's why I started creating different programs to allow me to read and to lift myself up, because it was starting to mess with me mentally. So it's a lot of work. There's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes that most people think doesn't even exist. Oh, hi, MK Karen. How are you, my friend? Good to see you. So there's a lot of work that goes on behind the scenes, scheduling guests, doing promos, trying to fit things in, trying not to go over top of your friends and the people that you support. But sometimes it happens, trying to find time to, whether you have a job or, you have a family that you need to look after, you have a life, maybe you have a hobby or whatever. Feed yourself and do your house cleaning and all the other things that we're responsible to do. It's hard to fit it all in. And, some people just pick up their phone and turn the camera on and just start talking. I am not one of those people. I am ridiculously organized. I schedule my guests like at least it's very rare for me to like just pop in and say, hey, you want to join me on Friday, on Tuesday? That's not normally something that I do. I'm usually like a month in advance. I already know for Next Achieving Wellness what I'm talking about. Right? I've already been working on my notes. That's just who I am. So, hi, Cal Lizzie. Good to see you, my friend. And thank you, Jensfrey. Thank you, everyone, for all the kind compliments and everything. That it is difficult to be vulnerable to people, and I've had people say to me like, "You're a natural at this," and it's like, well, yes, okay, I know that I have the gift of the gab, so yes, I can talk, but I'm not necessarily totally comfortable with sharing all of my stuff with people that I don't know. However, having said that, I feel like I know you. You know what I mean? And sometimes I have to recognize that you are not the only people that will be listening to this, right? This video, until I decide that it won't stay on here anymore, literally anyone could watch it. So that's something that I need to probably rein in a little bit more. But it is it's a learning curve, and the thing that I get from it, the thing that does it, whatever it is for me, literally is what's happening right now. This sharing, the interaction. When someone says, yeah, I okay, so Libra Lady just said I had anxiety about driving on expressways. When Amanda says, I'm thinking about starting a channel. When Mika says, you know what I mean? This is why I do this. This is why I keep coming back. This is why I show up and try to, think of another way to read and answer the same question that makes you feel more comfortable to share. Because I tell you what, friends, 10 years of my life, I spent afraid of my own shadow. And I have so many fears and so many phobias, and I don't leave my house, and I'm 57 years old, and, I'm 90. And all of a sudden, because of this community and because of spirit and because of whatever this is that's going on with me, this connection that I have tapped into, all of a sudden I have a purpose and I have a reason and I have a smile on my face and my heart is full and I have peace and calm and I show up because you feed me and I want to feed you right back, if that makes sense. And so if you're contemplating starting a channel, make sure that you set up your personal boundaries as to what you're going to do, what you're comfortable doing, but also remember to be flexible, because how you start out is not how it ends up, right? I swore I wasn't going to share this and I wasn't going to say that. I think probably in the second episode, I blew that out of the water, because you just start talking and before you know it, you feel so comfortable that you've shared all these details. So that would be about the only thing that I would say. But listen, if you feel something, you got to honor your feelings. If your intuition or your gut instinct is telling you to do it, or spirit's telling you to do it, you've had a vision, do it. No harm, no foul. Nothing gained, nothing lost, right? Hi, Mama Bear. So Libra Lady says, I had anxiety about driving on expressways after I'd been in a car accident. Someone else hit my car, but not on an expressway. I would only take surface streets. It left after energy work. Yep. I had a bad car accident in 2008. That left me. Now, when I say not able to walk, I wasn't hospitalized, not able to walk, but I shuffled, sort of like a Morticia in her dress, like I shuffled. I had, I don't know, I can't remember. It was like 48 or 52 multiple soft tissue injuries, somebody or others, from the base of my spine down to my rear end on one side of my back because I took the crash on one side of my body. I was at a new traffic light as they were repaving the road, and a girl hit me going about 60. And I was at a full stop. When you would take your hand and run it down my back felt like a golf ball, like with all the indents in it. And so I have a bad back and a bad neck now. And, you know, we were discussing this the other night. I could literally sneeze. So, yeah, it took me a while to I remember one time I went to the doctor's office, and I went in there at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and I parked in this spot. And I couldn't drive my car because my car was standard, so manual, where you're pushing your foot in the clutch and shifting gears, and that was too much. So I drove my husband's truck. It was a little easier for me to get in and out of, and a little easier for my body to sort of sit in. And truth be told, I probably shouldn't have been driving that either. And my car accident was in May, and this was in October that I was going to this doctor's appointment. And so I was feeling much better at that point. And I went to the doctor's office, and when I came out, the parking lot was so full and there were so many cars. I could not physically turn my body to see because people had parked so close to me that I burst into tears, and I had to call my husband, who had to drive 40 minutes to come there to back the truck out of the parking spot for me. So I get, you know, what an accident can do to you. It's terrible because it's so scary. You know, it's one of those situations where something's happening and you know what's happening and you know it's bad, but there's nothing you can do about it. Other than you just gotta sit there and let it happen. And it's horrifying. Yes, Cal, Lizzie, absolutely, my friend. Yes, we haven't talked about Baton all night. Hi, everybody. I'm sorry. I'm so far down the list here. Warrior Girl says I had a horrible cut, and then my friend died in my car, and I couldn't. Oh, my God, Warrior Girl. Jesus. That's awful. I'm so sorry. Good grief. You had a vision of s'mores. This must be it, Cal, Lizzie. You're too funny. MK Karen says, Kelly, you make everyone feel like we are sitting right next to you to open up like this for others. It's so generous of you. Oh, thank you, MK Karen. I love you. Hope your grandbaby's doing well, my friend. Barbie's Will says, I'm 57 too. Shout out to all the 57-year-olds. Woo woo. Yes. And we look fabulous, do we not? Well, I don't look so fabulous right now, but whatever. It's Friday. It's fine. Sherry says it's a great feeling to share and know that there are people out there in the world who care about what you say and what you think. I share things on my channel that I never share face to face. Yeah. It is. I mean, it's an interesting dynamic, that is for sure. In terms of, you know, it just feels normal. Like you see the same names in the chat and you start to feel like you know people, right? It's just an interesting dynamic, that's all. But like I said, there are people that are like, no, I'm not going to share XYZ. That's my limit. That's my line. And then they just do it anyway, which I think is equally funny. Semper says, back from the start, emphasized with the back issues. Neurosurgeon said that I had the disc of an 80-year-old when I was 21. Good grief. Yeah. Oh, Barb, you're very sweet. Thank you. Well, I mean, you know, when I started this channel, one of the things that I said was I wanted it to feel safe, and I didn't want anyone to ever feel like they were alone, right? And that's all. Right? I'm not here to fix you. I'm not here. I just, want to help you. if there's something that I can share that's going to click or resonate, and understand when I say that, what I mean is in terms of I understand what it's like to be in a spot or a position where you feel lost, alone, and unheard. Imagine that you're standing in a room or you're outside and you're literally screaming for help. And you can see all these people that you know around you, yet nobody's coming. Nobody's even looking at you. Nobody's even acknowledging that you're even standing there. I know what that feels like. And so if I can help shed some light or some insight, some information to someone who may be experiencing that same thing to save them from that feeling of being isolated and alone, that's what I'm here to do, because I've lived it and it's horrible. It's absolutely horrible. That's when people, make decisions that they don't want to be here anymore. And so if I can do anything to provide them some space where they feel a little more heard, I'm more than happy to do so, because it's not a great spot to be there. Yeah, I mean, I felt like a total dingbat because I always tease my husband that I'm a better driver than he is, even though he can drive anything. I mean, he used to haul like the big haulers down to the States, be gone for a week, and there I am trying to be like, I'm a better driver than you, just because I've been driving. You probably don't know this because I don't know that I've ever shared this, but Mark is 7 years younger than I am. So I always tease him that I've been driving longer, so that means I'm a better driver, which is ridiculous. I sound like my mother, but when I say that, but that's what I used to say. So, oh my gosh, Sherry, that's terrible. Excuse me. People feel like mental emotional trauma is contagious and they're afraid to even see them, let alone help. You know what, Cal Lizzie, that's a really interesting point that you make. I think that that in addition to that, I actually had a friend say to me, she called me up one night and asked me to come over, and said to me that this is when I got divorced from my ex-husband. She said that she couldn't help me. She couldn't talk to me because she had anxiety, and me coming over there and dumping all my problems on her was too much for her. Some people just don't know how to support a person that has anxiety or any other type of issue, whether you have a mental health disorder or you don't. Some people just don't know how to do that. It's difficult. Yep, absolutely. I had that with the car accident. I remember going to physiotherapy and I was followed. And I went into the physiotherapist's office and I said, someone followed me here. And the two guys that were there, the kinesiologist and the chiropractor, ran outside. Well, thank you, MK, Karen's husband, for saying that. And hopefully you didn't say I looked like I was 67. So God bless you for that, my friend. Word Girl says, Kelly, I think that the worst part was I had nightmares about the accident for 6 or 7 years before it happened and tried to get them to get out of the car, but they all thought I was crazy. Oh my gosh, Warrior Girl. What a horrible burden that you placed on yourself. And And I hope you recognize and understand that that's not your fault. That's not your fault. That is not your fault. You could not. I mean, if you were meant to convince them, then you would have convinced them. You know that, right? What a horrible burden for you to have to place on your shoulders and carry with you. That, like, honestly, that breaks my heart that you carried that around. Code word for warrior girl, everybody. That's awful. Absolutely awful. I can't imagine that kind of pain. I'm so sorry. My God. I mean, anyone in your situation would feel a sense of guilt or blame, right? The woulda, shoulda, couldas. Especially if you were seeing it. But you do know and you do understand by being in this community that they are not suffering and that they are okay. You know that they don't hold blame or grudges or regrets or any of those things. So your issue would be with dealing with your own stuff, as well as perhaps maybe some issues from other friends or family members, which I can't imagine how difficult that must have been for you. Honestly, that's like makes me feel sick to my stomach that anyone, I mean, I can't imagine that level of hurt. You know what I mean? I can't imagine. Just please, for all that is good in the world, know that your friends are okay and that there is no blame, there is no shame that you should be carrying with you in any shape or form. It had nothing to do with you. Semper says yes, struggled with that for a while. Sherry H, especially being younger, took a long time to find doctors who took me seriously and cared. Uh, 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 don't be envious of anyone who smokes. It's a filthy habit. Thank you, Semper. You guys are all too kind. Yeah, everyone's sending you a group hug. I mean, what MK Karen just said is absolutely on the money. It's a life sentence that you have lived with, of shame and guilt, right? Makes my heart hurt so much for you. It was unfortunately your life path, and you chose a tough one, 100%. Yeah, I mean that is the thing, right? So I want to say to you, honey, could you do me a favor? Could you bring me the big, your big blue fuzzy shirt sweater thing?
Yeah.
The one I wear all the time? I don't know where it is either. was gonna say something and then I sort of took it back, and it's only because I don't want to share the person's name. Just thanks. Oh, it's getting cold out, folks.
52 degrees.
Huh?
52 degrees.
Up goes the hood. Which the hood isn't going to fit because I have my hair in a bun. And now I just look like a lunatic. It's 52 degrees, friends. Woohoo! Oh my God. My husband's a rock star. Hi, Linda. So, I had someone tell me that, some stuff about my mom. We won't go into the details, but the point that I was trying to make was that some of the stuff that I got was, that my mom didn't want to communicate with me because she wasn't necessarily happy with the way that I've been dealing with things, and didn't want to hurt my healing progress. And then when I poked and prodded, because I was like, what? The response that I got was, well, because she tried to control her life. And when the person said that, I was like, I don't know who you're talking to, but you're not talking to my mama, because my mother's on the other side, and A, my mother wouldn't say that, and B, anyone who's on the other side doesn't hold those, doesn't communicate in that form. They don't have those kinds of feelings. They're over there partying it up, not not holding a grudge against anyone. So, and of course, because that was your experience, it doesn't matter how connected you are, you still feel some form of responsibility, because that's all associated with guilt and the grieving process that we all have to go through. I don't care how connected you are to spirit, when you lose someone, it is a loss. And you must go through that process and allow yourself the time and the space to come to a certain level of understanding about it, right? So that you can reconcile your feelings with your emotions and with your brain. And when all three of those things sort of get back into a coordinated effort, that's when you start to see things clearly. But again, I can't imagine. You guys are all so funny. Talking about my Smurf outfit. I'm here for it, friends. All right, what else can we talk about? Oh my gosh, I'm freezing. Yeah, so anyways, where I was going, my whole point in saying all that to you, warrior girl, is not to make an example out of you. I appreciate you sharing that bit about your personal experience. It's a good learning curve for anyone to understand that no matter how connected we may think we are, or no matter how, bright and positive of people we may be, that when we experience a tragedy like that in our life, that we all feel a sense of guilt and regret and the woulda, shoulda, couldas, as Teresa Capito likes to call it. And it is so important for people that may be going through that or may go through that in the future to understand that it's not our job, it is not our responsibility to do something to stop free will, right? We don't have superpowers to say, okay, freeze that scene and back the clock up 15 seconds and make the car turn right or left or whatever the case may be. Like we don't have that. It's not an option for us. And it's very, very difficult to convince yourself that that is not the case, right? And then, of course, you wonder, are they okay? Because the last memory or thought that you have is that tragedy. And that's very difficult to get that out of your mind's eye. Wow. Tammy, that's an interesting point that you make. And I think that everyone's experience is different. But I think that each experience that you go through in your life, even though you may not recognize it at the time of the said experience, leads you up to a point when a specific thing happens to you that rocks you to your core, literally tower moment, pull the rug out from underneath you. And so all of those other experiences combined sort of come up and hit you all at once, especially if you were not taught to release, if you were discouraged from crying, for example, like I was, if you were, if you were bullied or made fun of for releasing emotions in any way, shape, or form. This is just my opinion, of course. I'm not a therapist or a doctor, but my opinion is, because it's been my experience, that you take something on, doesn't matter what it is, a problem at work, the death of a person, whatever. You take that experience on and you just shove it down. You stick it somewhere, right? And then another thing happens and you stick that somewhere else. Well, eventually you're going to run out of room, right? If you don't know how to release and you're not taught to release and you're not taught to be in touch with your emotions, at some point or another, you're going to run out of room, right? And when you run out of room, that's when a real problem occurs, because it kind of walks up and smacks you upside the back of the head like a 2x4, and you're like, I'm sorry, what? Cal Lizzie says some people's passing does like a slow burn, and you turn around 10 years later and you're falling apart about it. Well, that's an interesting point, because I think that when you lose someone, there's no timeline for that. No two persons' experience are going to be the same. So in other words, like my dad died, I was upset, but every once in a while I just think about my dad and I'm upset. However, not at all like I was with my mom. But what I've come to learn is that emotionally, inside here, the things that are locked inside of me is more to do with my dad than with my mom. My issue with my mom was the circumstances around her passing, and that I wasn't able to do what she asked me to do through no fault of my own. And I struggled with the fact that I could not do something, right? She told me I was her executor, and her husband lied. He had all the power. I was powerless. I couldn't do anything. It's crazy how it works. And I guess that's why I went to that point where, because I kept shoving things down and shoving them down and shoving them down and shoving them down and not dealing with them, that they, one more thing happened, and I just literally went off like a cannon. Let me go back up here because I know a whole bunch of people said stuff and I missed it. I'm so sorry. And again, Warrior Girl, I send you my love. I mean, honestly, you want to talk anytime, just email me, love. Awful. Just awful. I'm so sorry that you experienced that. Semper says, Cal Lizzie, we really are odd creatures. The way our memory, psychology, etc. works, it is beautiful yet eccentric. Well put, Sempress, it is, absolutely. Cal Lizzie says, I know that's true. Serious New England WASP family, and there are no emotions. End of discussion. It all piles up until years later, and then look out. Like every single person in this community, from my experiences, anyway, for the most part, something that we all need to keep at the forefront of our minds is that it took us 20, 30, 40 years of learned behavior to get to this point. And it's going to take a lot to get us to an emotionally balanced state of being. And so, if you have 3 happy days in a week, you're sitting pretty and you should be celebrating the bejeebers out of it. Because from the amount of stuff that that people share with me, it is truly tragic what some people have experienced in their lifetime. Usually by the age of like 20. Semper says, I have autism, so I usually think of things in different ways, including passing and grief. I used to hate when something wasn't logical, but as I got into my late 20s, and especially when I turned 30, I learned to make peace with being emotional. I don't have to make emotions logical anymore. Well, A, thank you for sharing that, and B, well said, my friend. I firmly believe that as people, if we are, most of us as children, if someone died in our family, we were kept away because people thought that children shouldn't be exposed to that level of pain or grief, and that there was no way that we could understand it. So what would be the point of putting us through that pain? Sitting on the other side of 57, I have to say that I think that that's more about the people in our life, like our moms and dads, not because they were horrible parents, but because they didn't understand it. They couldn't make sense of it. So how could they possibly explain it to us? They were trying to protect us and spare us from that pain. And because we were spared, that made us ignorant. That made us uninformed and unexperienced, or inexperienced, I guess. And so when it happens to you for the first time, when you're 20 or 25, and you're like, oh my God, what am I supposed to do with this? Right? How do I process this? And it's like you're 3 years old all over again. It's a huge disservice, really, when you think about it, to teach a little person, a young child, not to express themselves in a way that offers them a release, because it can form so many other behaviors, right? People will turn to substance abuse, drugs, alcohol, cigarettes, gambling, shopping. People will, take their emotions and not know how to release them. And so they can turn angry or bitter, resentful. It affects other relationships that they have. They can't work well with others. There's all sorts of problems, learning disabilities, whatever the case may be. There's all types of problems that will come from it because we weren't open to having an informed discussion, allowing someone the space to try to understand and explain it to them, right? And then help them reason it out. And especially if you're in my age group, we were, children were brought up, children should be seen and not heard. So we were oftentimes stuck in the corner, and sort of patted on the head, like, oh, you're doing this, you're doing that. And, we were told, no, you need to do this, you need to do that. And, we were told, no, you need to do this, you need to do that. And, we were told, no, you need to do this, you need to do that. And, we were told, no, you need to do this, you need to do that. And, we were told, no, you need to do this, you need to do that. And, we were told, no, you need to do this, you need to do that. And, we were told, no, you need to do this, you need to do that. And, we were told, no, you need to do this, you need to do that. And, we were told, no, you need to do this, you need to do that. And, we were told, no, you need to do this, you need to do that. And, we were told, no, you need to do this, you need to do that. And, we were told, no, you need to do this, you need to do that. And, we were told, no, you need to do this, you need to do that. And, we were told, no, you need to do this, you need to do that. And, we were told, no, you need to do this, you need to do that. And, we were told, no, you need to do this, you need to do that. And, So, Linda says, that is what I'm experiencing now. It's all been coming out for about a year now. And you're doing a wonderful job, Linda. I'm proud of you, my friend. Tammy says, I know now that we are all here to learn lessons. Once we pass, we are in divine love and don't feel grief or pain. Every person in trauma is to grow our soul. Yeah.
How much time you got? You want to put a skid on?
I'm sorry, what?
You want to put a skid on? I don't have.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know what the hell you were asking me. No. When this is done, I'm gonna go in because I can't feel my legs and I'm freezing. So.
You won't be cold for long if I put that skid on. That's why I won't ask.
No, I know, but it's already like I'm 2 hours at this point. So when that's thank you, honey. Though appreciate you. Semper says, especially when I realized it was illogical to ignore my emotions so much and for so long that inevitably I'd break down. But that's so wonderful that you recognize that, though, Sempress. You've done an awful lot of work on yourself. I can feel that. Or you had someone in your life who was very supportive in assisting you on that journey. Sempress says, I just found out that Winnipeg is the coldest large city in Canada. Be right back moving up there. No offense to anyone, but you might want to do a little more research before you pack your bags. There are other places that are equally interesting where weather is concerned, and that might not be a favorite place. Cal Lizzie says, with both of my parents and my daughters passing, not together, I find my experience of those losses changes over the years. That is a very good point also, Kala. It does. Time does heal. It does sort of smooth things a little bit. It doesn't take it away, but it definitely changes it somehow. Definitely changes it somehow. It gets easier or less traumatic, less hurtful. But then there are those days, and we've all lost something or someone. There are those days when the thought hits you about that person, or you see something that reminds you, or you hear a song or a TV show, or you look at a little tchotchke or a photograph, and like you're gone. You know what I mean? Like your emotions have got the better of you, and you're just, because you're hurt. You're hurting. And that's okay. The one thing I will say about, I can't imagine children. I don't have children, so I can't imagine what that kind of loss is like to experience. I have 2 aunts who both lost their firstborn sons, and I can tell you that was the worst physical expression of pain that I have ever witnessed in my entire life. Literally brings tears to my eyes just thinking about that moment. It was awful, truly. And neither one of them have been okay since, and it's been 26 and a half years. Sorry, 20 and 21 and a half years, and neither one of them are okay. But when I can only guesstimate that when your parents pass, there is some weird family dynamic shift that seems to occur that you are not prepared for. And in my specific case, I didn't fully understand it. And that only added to the stress level that we were already experiencing. We just felt lost. like we don't know where we belong anymore. It was very difficult to navigate. So that part I understand for sure. Tammy says, knowing those loved ones who have passed will still be here for us when we need them. Give us love and strength. They are not going over earthly hurts over and over like we are. They've forgiven us 100%, Tammy. That's why I always, say whenever I see the 1111, it's from my mom, and I love her lots. And you find a dime, or you see a cardinal, or whatever, a butterfly, whatever, a feather. You hear a song, you smell smoke, whatever the case may be. If you decide that is, your father, your mother, your brother, your sister, your cousin Bob, or your friend from high school, if it brings you joy and brings you peace, brings you to a memory that you shared, if it warms you, if it makes you feel like they're close, embrace it. Why the heck not? Because it brought you some joy and it made you feel good. It made you start to think about that person and good times and good memories, and sort of, wrapped you up in a big old giant hug. I say go for it. Why the heck not? To heck with the naysayers. Warrior Girl, you're very welcome, and thank you for being so honest and sharing your story. And you know what? 1989 or 2022, it's tragic, and you were affected, and we're sorry for your loss. I'm sorry for your loss as well, Cal Lizzie. Hi, Ron. How are you, my love? Good to see you, my friend. Semper says, Cal Lizzie, that's a big part of grief that can catch us off guard. It changes and morphs over time, 100%. Yeah, we do. We all live with it. Oh my God, Tammy, that would be rough. Yeah, that's well said, Cal Lizzie. Because I think that's really the ticket, right? That you're expected to let go of something that you don't fully understand, and half the time you didn't even know you were holding on to it because you weren't taught to release the darn thing, right? If you were sheltered from something, how are you why would you even most of the time I don't think that people actually feel like they are holding on. I don't think that most human beings are that in touch with themselves in those points, of significant loss or pain, where we sit ourselves down and go, okay, how do you feel? Most of us don't do that. Most of us just kick into autopilot and do what we would normally do. Whatever our normal coping mechanism would be is what we would do. So if we are a person that needs to keep busy or clean the house when we get nervous, well, that's what we would do. If we are a person like myself who curls up in the fetal position and buries their head in the sand and pretends like, nothing bad is happening, then that's what you would do. Because that's our coping mechanism. That's what what we know. And we gravitate to what we know because that brings us back to normal, or our version of normal, right? And that's all we're trying to achieve, is just make the pain stop, make the pain go away, right? I don't want to recognize this. I don't want to acknowledge it. I don't want to deal with it. I don't know how to, because it's fear, right? The loss that you are experiencing is just that. How do you now venture forward on this journey that yesterday was one way and now today is a whole new way? I don't, and we as human beings and other people around us in those moments will make us feel like we need to have all the answers. And so we just start doing things, right? Semper says, we hold all the archetypal phases of life, child, adult, parent, whether you are one or not, crone, etc., within us our whole life. Sometimes we get surprised by one coming out more than the other. Yep, well said. Yep. Hello, Teresa. How are you, my love? Thank you for being here, and thank you for the reminder of hitting the thumbs up. Appreciate you guys. Kel Lizzie says, Ron, for some reason I call you Wan Wan from Harry Potter in my head. Sorry about that. That's so cute. Warrior says, losing my third baby, born 8 months pregnant in 2000 was harder, especially because I had nightmares about that too. Good grief, Warrior Girl. My lord. You have suffered so much loss, Warrior Girl. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that you have suffered so much tragedy. It's really amazing to me when you, sitting in this specific spot where I am and the things that people have shared with me. My God, you all are incredible individuals. Some of you have lived such horrific situations and come out on the other side, and I just, my heart goes out to you for the experience that you lived through, and B, I am so inspired by your courage and your bravery and your strength and your motivation to just try to keep going. Honestly, it's beautiful to witness from this point of view, truly. I thank you kindly for sharing, everybody. Caludisi says, seen and not heard was just the way it was for kids in those days. Absolutely. Tammy says, I was always told not to cry or I would give, yes, 100%. One time, this isn't very nice to say, but one time my sister said to me, we were chatting and her kids love to hear stories about Nanny and our dad. And so we were telling a story one time about how we always had a round table. We never had a square table. We always had a round table. And we were just telling stories, and my sister turned around and said, isn't it weird that we never had a square table? We only ever had a round table. And I said, well, we did have a square table at one point, but most of the time, you're right, we had a round table. And I said, why is that weird? She said, I don't know, it's just weird. And I'm like, so I thought about it, and I'm like, yeah, I guess it is odd. I don't know. And then all of a sudden, we both just cracked up laughing and said, do you remember what Dad used to say to us? And we said, what? Or the kids said, what? And it's like, how come we had to sit on one of us on each side of him? And he said that it was so we were within hitting distance. And my father never hit me, just FYI, but he always used to say that. And then my sister and I cracked up laughing and went, the round table. So we were both within smacking distance. But in the day, that's what people did, right? Yeah, my dad used to say that to us all the time. Don't cry, I'll give you something to cry out. I am cold, Ron. I'm freezing, actually. Well, Cal Lizzie, I'll come to your house and visit. You can come here. Yes, true enough, Sempress. It really does. All right, my last cigarette of the evening, folks, because I'm getting stiff. This isn't good for the cold or my neck or my back or my old bones. I need to do a 7th inning stretch soon. Let's go here. We got so many more comments. So it changes over time. It's weird how we function. And there are those days when we just lose it 100%. Semper says, oh, wait, I forgot that Western in central Canada are the more conservative parts. Yeah, I'll stick with Ontario and Quebec. Yeah. No. Absolutely, Sempress. You are a badass for keeping it going on, right? Yes, absolutely, Sempress. The trick is to finding out how to heal without becoming so hardened you can no longer let the light in. Communities like this help with that a ton. That's beautiful, Cal Lizzie. I think that's true. I had to do a lot of volunteering in those years. People have the same pain, worse pain. They need my love, and I was so grateful to them for needing it. Absolutely. Oh my gosh, we're giving all kinds of squishy hugs out. What's wrong, dear? We have like 1 star in the sky. Okay. Yes, I agree, Linda. Absolutely. Somehow my calculator app just came up. That's I love her songs. She's a beautiful singer. Oh, look at you, Marie. I love it. Oh. All right, friends. I think I'm gonna go shortly. We'll go at 9. This clock is in Army time, so I had to do some quick mathematics there and figure that out. 2047. I'm like, I love it when my husband thinks that he knows something that I don't know. And then I shoot and go, nope, got it. How did you do, Kristen? We waited for you. We were so interested. Yeah, you say ha ha, just subtract 12. I'd have to take off my shoes and socks, Empress. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Oh, I'm gonna need it. Oh, excellent. Yay. Good job, Kristen. We're so proud of you. Yay. We'll have to get you to come and visit Dozen Cats, won't we? How would you like that, Kristen? Would you like to come visit me? Hi, Emerald Buddha. Cal Liz is like, nah, it's barely freezing. There's no snow or ice. Well, I tell you what, friends. Last year when I started my channel, I did a forgiveness ceremony out here at the Firepit, and it was the middle of November, and it was cold. And I had my big puffy parka on and my gloves, and it was a situation. I was freezing. You could see my breath. I was cold. You can see my breath now. What's the point of dressing like a gangster elf if you go running inside? I don't know, friend. I've been asking myself that all night. Well, in all honesty, we were supposed to be out here like 3 weeks ago, but it rained, and it was a giant puddle back here. And then last week, Mark had hockey, so he couldn't help me. And it's not that I can't sit out here by myself, but with the fire behind me, it's a little difficult for me to operate all this by myself, right? So I'm glad that it went well for you, Kristen. I'm proud of you, my friend. Good job. And you didn't answer me about coming on Dozen Cats. I'm just kidding. No pressure. If you ever want to come, the invite is open. How's that? Actually, Mark, can you do me a favor? Can you turn my computer on, and then I'll just take it inside, and then I don't know if StreamYard's on there or not. I just have to open my StreamYard in my office, you guys. You're gonna be on camera. Okay. I'll be quiet. You might not be able to get in there because I'm in there. There you are. Hi,
Hello.
Shh.
Welcome to Dozen Cats for Me. I am the spicer upper of the program. I am nice and warm. She is nice and cold. I've locked the door, so in about 5 minutes, she'll start going stupid out there and let me in.
Yep. Welcome to my life, friends.
And don't mess with me because I can hack your computer and turn it on.
Yeah. Okay, so
Hello,
I'm gonna...
warrior girl. I can also remove you from the program, so don't upset me.
What?
I said I can also remove you from the program, so don't upset me.
Yeah, you wouldn't do that. Because then you know you would hear about it. Okay,
Yeah.
So I am gonna go inside, and then my tech support's gonna come out here and clean up my mess. So let's give a big giant shout out to my tech support and tell him how much we appreciate his assistance.
We appreciate being appreciated.
Because without him, nothing would get done. Nothing would get done. All right. I got to grab all my essentials here, friends.
Just come in, I'll look after you.
You can bring my cards in and everything?
No, the cards are your problem.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I got to get up, get my blanket, get my cards, get my pop. I don't know how I'm going to manage it all. Please hold.
Please hold.
All right.
All right.
One sec, friends. 1 sec.
All right. Yeah, well, let's get rid of her. See you later. Goodbye. All right. Stand by, everybody. Hold on. Where do I put that commercial up?
Okay.
All right.
Hi, buddy. Hi, sweetheart. Hi. Yes. He's a good boy.
We'll be right back.
Oh, Mark.
What?
Sorry, friends. Hi, I'm Steve. How's it going? All right, let me delayer.
Ha! I'm back.
What? Oh, hello. Hi, Quince. Were you underneath the were you underneath the house coat? Were you under the house coat? Hi. Hi.
Hi.
Yes, sir.
If I hit that end broadcast button, will it kill both feeds?
No.
No?
No, I'll kick you out. Just shut the computer off. Hi, sweetheart. Mwah. Saying hello to my babies. Hi, everybody. I'm back. All right, I have to fold my blankie up here because you see, I sit on this. I realize this is all way too much information. All right. Check him out, eh? Sitting in my office, keeping himself all warm and comfy while I'm out there freezing my you-know-what off. Whoop. Okay. We are back in business, folks. Woo! It is cold out there. All right. How about a commercial? Let's have a commercial break, shall we? Okay. Let me get all my cards inside out of the cold. I have cards everywhere. I'm totally discombobulated, but that's okay. Grab a snake? You mean grab a snack? Okay. Okay. Whoop. That's lovely. We're just throwing things around. All right. Gosh, I can see for the first time this evening. This is great. So excited. Look at my hair, friends. Oh my gosh. Let's just fix that. Pardon me. All right. The sandwich and chips. That sounds really good. I am not actually hungry. You know what's funny about that is that I actually, yes, I did say discombobulated. I say it all the time. I don't know why. It's a funny word. I actually ate lunch today. No, I just feel like crap. That's all. I'm getting a cold. Because somebody gave me their germs. It was bound to happen, though, friends. It was bound to happen when you live in the same house. And the unfortunate part is I have, tomorrow with the Vibe Tribe, I have Sunday, and then I have Monday. So I can't really afford to not feel well. But if you suddenly see me disappear, then you'll know what happens. We can only do what we can do, friends.
You sitting on your brother?
No, he's not sitting on his brother.
He's laying underneath your coat.
No. Cats are laying on top of each other, trying to smother each other. All right. So, what do you want to do? I'm here for it. And here we go with all the homemade remedies coming up. I love it. Everybody's like, they like to, Quincy and Charlotte like to lay under blankets. And so Austin doesn't, but Austin does like to lay on my coat or on my house coat. I don't know why. So I came in and took my sweater off and put it on the bed beside him, and so he's on top of that, and the other one, Quincy, came out from underneath the house coat, and then Austin moved over and laid on the house coat. Hey, Heather. Yes, absolutely, the love of a sweet cat, 100%. Oh, thank you, Cow Lizzie. I need a haircut, friends, like desperately. I'm like desperately. Don't get me wrong, I love my long hair. I'm all about it, but it's a lot. It's a lot to maintain, and I have a lot of it, as you can see. So, but after a while, when you put your hair up for a long time, it's like you need like a head massage or something.
She wasn't kidding.
Yeah, that's the light that's above me outside. It's like my channeling my inner Star Wars saber or something.
A live episode of playing Star Wars later.
Oh my God, Mark. For real. Let's toss a couple of cards, should we? Wow. Yeah, see, I can't. Like, I mean, honestly, I just go to the hairdresser and I get like a couple of inches cut off and I feel like I've gone on a diet. But no, I can't. I've tried having short hair, and short hair and I just don't get along, so I don't do it. Huh?
Nope.
Mark's like, no.
And you'll get a divorce.
And then I'll get a divorce.
That's the only stipulation I have. All right, there. I think I'm done being a pain. Sorry.
That's cool, Empress. Heather's saying hi, Mark. His voice just cracked. Did you hear that? Hi, Heather.
Because I'm trying to reach over.
Let's pull a couple of cards, shall you? Shall we? Not shall you, shall we? Friends. Okay, who wants to hook me up? There is a deck that I want from the States. So I looked it up. Okay. The deck in the States is $36.99 US. In Canada, it's $55. And $30 shipping. It's like over $80 for me to get this stupid deck of cards. No, it's called the Life is Like a Board Game. It's called Life is Like a Board Game. So it literally looks like the game of Monopoly. I want it so bad. Okay, so I literally just picked up my deck of cards here, and one card fell out, and the other card I chose, and they're both Leo cards. How funny is that? You know, because we're talking about my hair, and I'm all about my Leo. So we have got Heroism, so Moon and Leo, Let Your Inner Hero Out. And this card is Sun and Leo, which is Joy, a time of celebration and success. So, woohoo! Yes, the Monopoly deck. It's called Life is Like a Board Game. I want it. But I don't want to spend $80. I mean, it's just terrible. We can't, like, the cards that we can have here are so expensive, right? Like, just, you take this one, for example, which is this, the Earth Magic deck. Right? $22.99 US, $29.99 Canadian. the Moonology deck, $21.99 US, $28.99 Canadian, right? All the decks are like that. It's crazy. And then we have to pay 13% tax in addition to it. Yes, Warrior Girl, that's where I was going. Who wants to hook me up? See, I don't know what it costs to ship something from the States, and so that's why, like, I don't know if it's cheaper. I have no idea, right? It's called Life is Like a Board Game, Karen. Just what Cal Lizzie wrote in the chat. So let's just see what Spirit thinks about that. Should I stay or should I go? It just looks like a really cool deck. I've watched a few people use it over time, and I've had it on my list for a long while. And it's $35 from Golden Books with free shipping. Yeah, for you guys. For Canada, I could only find it on by a company named Kaleidoscope, and it was $55. Which sucked. I have to be honest. Ontario. What? Smokes. Please and thank you. Thanks, honey. I got some people I can call. I have a whole bunch of decks. There's another deck that I found. I was on Etsy the other day, and I saw another deck that's the cutest thing. It's pandas. It's a tarot deck with pandas. Oh my god, it's so cute, you guys. So cute. But it's a mini deck. It's just tiny. Speaking of what we were talking about earlier, I got Suffering. Divine Teachers. I just gave me cold chills. I have all my cards on the table because I'm not organized and my cards are a mess. And they're never a mess. But I was trying a spread out today, and so I had all my cards out. Thank you.
You're asking Spirit for ideas, maybe ask him another hot rod for me while you're at it.
Yeah, I'll get on it. Manifest it. Thank you, honey. I love you. I'm the best husband. He's so sweet. All right. Look at that, you guys. So the three cards that came out. One is Stimulation. One is Longevity. And one is Tranquility. I think that's interesting. Because the key to the longevity is the balance between, tranquility and stimulation, right? The balance to, or the key to success, like the key to the long haul, the long road, the journey, is to be able to balance both your inspiration and your peace. Would you not say? I love that. Mark, can you, I have a P.O. box, Cal Lizzie, that if anyone was interested in purchasing that tech for me, I could give them my P.O. box. I don't, Mark has it. He can stick it in there. Although, stick it in there and then take it right back out, Mark. I don't know that I want my P.O. box all over the world. There you go. Literally, I'm freezing. So what else can we talk about? What else? We have covered all sorts of things. He does. He's way too good to me, Karen. I don't know how I got so lucky, my friend. I really don't. I really don't know how I got so lucky. I don't know why he puts up with me. I don't know either, Quincy. Even Quincy's crying, going, I don't know, Mom. Why does Dad put up with you? All right, what can we talk about? What, baby? You want to come for a visit? You want to come say hi to everybody? Come on. Come up here. Come, Quincy. Quincy. Come. Quincy, come. Come. Up. Up. Good boy. Come on. There you go. Say hello, everybody. It's Quincy. Hi, everybody. It's Quincy. Quincy doesn't like to be held. Come here. Come. Come this way. You can't sit on the keyboard, darling. Because if you sit on the keyboard, you will literally kick Mommy off of the stream. And then everybody would be like, uh-oh, what happened? What happened? Yes, it's a good boy. You missed us, didn't you? Because we was outside. It's okay. We're back. We're back now. Yes. Yes. Or maybe he's just come to eat my hair. Come here, sweetheart. Come. We will show everyone how handsome you are because everybody wants to see you. Come here. Look. Come. You gonna jump up again? Yeah. I'm trying to get him to show you his white spot. He has a white spot on his chest. Can you guys see it when he does that? You're a good boy, Quincy. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. He's a good boy. So soft. Oh, yes. So soft. So soft. Yes, you are. You're so soft. Yes. Yes, you are. You're so soft. You're so soft. Hey? Hi, sweetheart. Hi. Hi. It's a good boy. Oh my goodness. Yes, it's a good boy. Yes, you are. It's a good boy. Nobody can see you. So everyone can see you and you keep moving. Yes. Yes,
Yes, I put this here so everybody could say hello and see how handsome you are. You say hi? Don't rub on the mouse, sweetheart, because something might happen to the channel. Hey, no, you can't do that. No. He's a good boy, though, aren't you? Yes, you are. It's a good boy. Are you going to lay down? Can you lay down? Yeah. Yeah, you're going to lay down? Yeah, get comfy? Yes, get comfy. Oh, squishy muffin. You're a squishy muffin. Yes. Yes, you're a squishy muffin. Okay, don't lay on the keyboard, sweetheart. Okay, all right. Sorry, you guys. He's trying literally to like flop onto the computer. Well, let's see if I can show you a picture of the car. I'll see if I can show you a picture of my car. I don't have any other windows open. Bear with me, friends. Bear with me. Mark, don't say anything. Do not say anything. Really? I don't have a shot of my car on my thing here? Well, how bad is that? I don't have a picture of my car. I have it on my phone. I have it on my phone. And yes, Quincy is still playing with, where is it? So that used to be my car. Sorry, the cat. Stop, sweetheart. That used to be my car. And those are our two cars. Oh, stop, Quincy. Those are our two cars. Yes, if his wife only had a job, he could have his car again. This is a single shot of Mark's car. Whoops. There we go. Here's a picture of a blanket I made. You know, since we're showing pictures. There's another shot. No, it's a Camaro run. I got inspired one day. There was a sale. I'm like, woohoo! There's another blanket I made. No, it's a Camaro. There's another blanket that I made. You want to talk about a sign or a symbol? Check this out. That's a beam inside of our house. See the heart on it? Yes, I'm inside. I was freezing. You guys want to see some renos? Some renovations? So, when we bought this house, this was what the original bathroom looked like. You ready? That's what the original bathroom looked like. Let's take a good long look at that. Want to see what the bathroom looks like now? Well, that was Renault started. Well, what is interesting is the blue sink, the beige, if you want to call it beige tub. It was like yellow, and the white toilet with the green cupboard. I mean, it was something. It was a lot. It was a lot. So now this is that bathroom. That is that bathroom. That is my that's my shower stall. That's what's behind the curtain there. And just to prove a point that, like, yes, we did all the work ourselves. There's the tech support guy right in there like a dirty shirt. It was really him doing all the work. I tiled. He was like, "You're crazy. We can't do it." And I'm like, "Yes, we can. Watch us." And we did it. Okay, so there's that. Okay, so do you want to see what the kitchen used to look like in this house? Yeah, could you just put a blue cabinet around that pedestal sink, right? That is what the original kitchen in this house looked like. Thank you, MK Karen. Appreciate you. That's what the original kitchen looked like, friends. It was so nasty that I didn't even want to put a case of canned pop in the refrigerator. That's how nasty it was. Or like a case of water. Like I was like, I'm grossed out. That was the other side of the kitchen. You want to see what the kitchen looks like now? I'm going to show them. That's what the kitchen looks like now. It's not a kitchen, it's a bathroom. It actually is smaller, smarty pants. I do know how to operate my own phone. Thanks, Mark. So, it is now a bathroom. That's on the other side of the bathroom, the shower and the cupboard. It's not a kitchen anymore. It's a bathroom. There's the vanity that I sort of created my own vanity. I bought an old dresser and I fixed it up, and then I made a new top and extended the top and put little legs there. And then we carved out the spot to put the there's some of the tiling job that we did on the inside of the shower stall. That I did that much, and then I couldn't reach any higher, and Mark had to help. Plus, he cut the holes where the faucets went. And we did that ourselves. Now, if we are to go to the kitchen, actually, let's not go to the kitchen just yet, folks. Let's go to the living room. God help us. This is what the living room looked like on the day that we came to buy this house. Mark Foster, be quiet because it doesn't work like that on my phone. Thank you. That is the living room in all of its gorgeous glory. Yeah. Yeah, Cal Lizzie. You have no idea, my friend. You have no idea when you say that it was a lot. You have no idea, my friend. All right, let me find another picture here. Bear with me, bear with me, bear with me. Hello, Lady Soul. Happy to see you, my friend. I'm glad that you're here. So, you have to excuse me. I'm pointing out some things here. We did a renovation at my house, and I'm trying to show some pictures. So, friends, up here. Oops, where's my pencil? See this beam? These beams all along the top here. See these? See the beams? So we took all of those down. Okay. And right here, where this lovely green color is, right here, we put a fake wall, as you can see in the picture, and started to create a sort of feature wall just to be able to make that part stand out, because it didn't make any sense at all. It was only about 1.5 feet deep. And we used all the wood from around the room, because that also made no sense. So I'm trying to find, bear with me here, because there's like only 200 pictures of the living room. I'm trying to find a specific shot to show you, because when I show it to you, you're going to be blown away. Is that it? I think I did. I think I passed it. No. Maybe. Yeah, I went past that. No, they're fake beams. They were just pieces of flippin' wood stuck on top of other pieces of flippin' wood for no reason at all, because someone thought, hey, I know, this looks like a great idea. So here's that same shot, okay? The same shot after the renovation. Ready? Here's my $40 clock that I bought used off of offline, and then I painted it. Mark Paint helped me with the numbers, so we had to repaint the numbers on it. We put that trim, you can see the wainscoting there. You guys call it wainscoting. We call it wainscoting. We put that all around the room. Mark thought I was nuts when I suggested it. There is some more of it. And there's a good shot. See you tomorrow, Heather. Sweet dreams, my friend. Thanks for popping in. Appreciate you. Yeah, it turned out really well. We really like it. Happy with it. Here is Mark's grandparents' hutch that I redid. It was the color of the clock, and I changed it. We did about 85% of the work ourselves. See that door there in the shot? That used to be a bathroom that opened on the other side of that wall. And now it's a coat closet. Can you get out of the way, please, Quinn? Come on. Come on. Thank you. Here's our flooring. All right. I lost my place. So this was a fun mess that we had to deal with. We had a window. There's Austin helping. Yeah, it's a far cry from what it was, friends. A far cry indeed from what it was. Yeah, so this was a lovely mess that we had to clean up underneath the window. There was old termite damage in the living room. That's in the living room. This is how we lived for so many months. Like, pretty much everybody and everything was in this office, in this room. It was a lot. It was a lot. All right, here is the big reveal, friends. Okay, Kat, listen, I don't know what you're doing, but you're starting to get on my nerves. Come on now, get out of there. You can't sit on Mommy's cards. Thank you. Because next thing you know, you'll be taking them out to the living room and chewing on them. You crazy nut. You crazy nut. If you'll chew on a $10 bill, there's no reason why you won't chew on my cards. All right, so here is the kitchen when we walked in the house. Feast your eyes on that puppy. That's right, folks. It's a hair salon. Isn't that spectacular? Now, just give me a second here. The problem that we have is that it is a hair salon, is what it is. It's not a kitchen, it's a hair salon. We changed it into a kitchen. And so we have pictures, but not really a whole picture together because it is a long room. And so I'll show you like stages, if you will. So we do have a shot. Now, we don't have these same chairs anymore. But that's one end. So if I was sitting in the living room, that shot that I showed you, you see the doorway and it was dark behind it. That's going into the kitchen, which is where the old hair salon used to be. So this is like our dining area, if you want to call it that. And here is some of, that's where the rinsing sink, that was I wish to gosh we didn't have to take that out. That's right underneath that light there. So this is before we got the countertop installed. We just had some plywood there and we stained it. Now, I don't know how good of a job you can see, but this is the only sort of panoramic view that we have of the kitchen, but it doesn't, I mean the cupboards are still the same, but oh my gosh, what am I trying to say? The countertop is different. I'll show you that in a minute. So the countertop is, wait for it. Doesn't have its light on it. Oh, those are my new lights. I know, nobody cares, but I love them. Bye, warrior girl. Have a great night. Sleep well, my friends. There's the shot of the countertop and the backsplash that we put in. Which are just, they're like, you can see them sitting on the counter. They're the little sheets of the brick subway tiles. Those are the new kitchen chairs. And there I'm showing the seat covers to my sister saying, do you think the red ones? Or do you think the gray ones? Well, here's the thing. I wanted to have butcher block, but we literally couldn't get the butcher block to like in the right size. So we ended up just going with the regular old what do you call it, like Formica laminate whatever countertop. The handles did not come with the kitchen, which is weird because I picked them out and I thought that they were coming. And hardware is so expensive for a kitchen. And I actually found these online and I paid $40 for them. Someone bought them and they didn't fit. So, and I did choose the red ones. The red ones are up there. I had this sign made that goes over top of the stove, Meals and Memories. Although no meals get made here anymore, so sorry about that. Yeah, the counter looks good with everything. So across where the sink is, that's 11 feet long from corner to corner. Like, it's not a small kitchen. It's a pretty big kitchen. The entirety of the size of the kitchen is 17 feet long from one end of the room to the other. But yeah, it came a long way. A long friggin' way. And by the way, those chairs there that you see that were at that table, there's a better shot of the table and chairs. I bought those chairs and they were the same color as the blind, and we refinished them. Well, anyways, I didn't like them. They were too big for the space. So we had to sort of a better shot of the kitchen. I mean, it's an old shot, but it was before everything was done. Yeah, that's what it started like. I mean, it was just awful, you guys. Anyway, what was I going to say? I was going to say something. No, I forgot what I was going to say. It doesn't matter. It's just a lot of work. Worth every penny of it, though. We did this to the stairs. That's what the stairs look like before we did anything to them. We took that same hardwood upstairs and did, because there's like an open loft area up there, which I've never seen a picture of, and I don't know why we don't have a picture of that. We should have a picture of that. And then outside, we've done just an incredible amount of work. So where we all were just sitting, that is all brand spanking new. Right, sorry, let me turn that sideways. There you go. We put all that in. That wasn't there. We had to dig back because it's a big giant hill. There's a whole patio that went down. That's the front part. We put all that in, painted the front, painted the whole house. There's the patio that we put down, which is right outside this door. This was an old rickety deck that honestly looked like a piece of you-know-what. It was so much work. Took all the broken stones off of the side of the house and put that down, built another box at the end of the road there. I mean, it's a long walkway down the side of the house, right? There's the old deck, putting that in. Bye, Ron. See you tomorrow. That was, oh my God, that was so much work, you guys. That's what was there. Was this old nasty deck that was literally the length of the house, as you can see. The front of the house is even better. So this is what the front of the house used to look like. Isn't that adorable? And this is what the front of the house looks like now. Bear with me. Bear with me. Bye, Jan's Free. Thank you for hanging out with us tonight, my friend. Appreciate you. Have a good evening. Sleep well. That's what it looks like now. That's Christmas. So, new deck on the front, new stairs, new front door, painted the house, trim all around the windows, all the outdoor stuff. It was, yeah, a lot of work. A lot of work. A lot of work. Oh, I'm freezing. All right, friends. Wow, you guys have been hanging in here for a long time. I appreciate y'all. Whoa. You know what was really satisfying, though? So, we moved in to a fixer-upper intentionally. We spent about $45,000, which was about $4,000 or $5,000 off of our original estimate, which wasn't bad in the big grand scheme of things. And I sat here on the home inspection and drew it out on a sheet of paper, and then got to watch it sort of come to life. And that was really super fun. Right? That was a wonderful experience. Never in my wildest imagination did I think, that I would ever be in a position to have like a brand new kitchen or, a bathroom that I could design myself. I mean, obviously within the budget that I had. So it was a really awesome experience. And now we have, a lovely house that we enjoy, and it's to our taste. And last year, if some of you remember, we were Mark was offered a job promotion of sorts that would have us moving to a different province, and so we had to have the real estate agent in to sell the house and put the house on the market. And she's the same person that sold us the house, and we doubled our money. The house was worth double what it was. Now, yes, of course, the market was crazy last year, but it had literally doubled in value from what we paid for it. So it was just 3 years this like a month ago. So we were really pleased, and we enjoy it. So. Yeah, absolutely. It was an awesome feeling. I mean, I'm not like, Tarek from Flipper Flop or Christine or whatever her name is, but, there's something to be said about the work that we put in ourselves. A lot of sweat equity, but, you take pride in it and it makes you feel good, right? And we worked very hard. We were very budget conscious at getting, deals where we could, and, discounts and things of that nature. So, yeah. like this room here, this wall, this wood that you see, this all came from the living room and the kitchen. And this was the wainscoting that was up in the kitchen and in the living room, halfway up the wall. So on one side, it's that nasty pine. So what we did was we took this and we flipped it up, like back, like upside down, backwards, whatever. So this is the rough side that's pointing out. This is the side that had the glue and all that on it. And I just roughly sanded it because I wanted that kind of like rustic kind of texture. And then I covered up this wall with it and painted it, right? So we tried to like reuse and recycle some things. There used to be, this was like one of the first things that we did here. This used to be a double set of like those garden doors. Oh my God, you guys put my hand on the doorknob. Doorknob fell off in my hand. It was disgusting. And we had that patio door done. Yeah, I mean, it's supposed to sort of like mimic shiplap. But yeah, that's what we did. You know, so we just did things like that, right? Like the vanity in the bathroom, right? Spend $600 on a new vanity, whatever. I bought a dresser for $30, bought a piece of plywood for maybe another $30, bought a can of stain and a couple of brushes, and I bought a vessel sink that I happened to get a steal on, which I think was like $50 or $60. And we already had the faucet. So for, you know, like less than $200, I had a vanity. So all the mirrors in the house I bought online. They were all different and used, and I changed them all by painting them and sanding them down. My chairs, my table. Yeah. I mean, I'm super organized, so the one time my skills came in handy, right? Because I was able to navigate that, you know, I could keep track of all that stuff. So, and we did have someone who was helping us in the beginning. I'll tell that story because I love it so much. When we moved in here, the guy who lived next door to us was a framer. And you know how you get talking to your new neighbors. And so he said to us, or we said, do you know anyone that's good at, you know, helping with renovation? And he said he knew a friend who just lived around the corner. So that person was out of work and came down here and said that he knew how to do everything, and buddy next door, you know, recommended him. So we're like, all right, well, he's not going to stiff us if he's our neighbor, right? That would be stupid. Yeah. So there's 3 additions that have been put on this house, right? And this room where I sit is in the very back of the house, and he was doing all the work in the very front of the house. So I would sit back here with the cat. We only had Austin then. And that's why we had that patio door. And basically everything, like all of our clothes, everything was in this room. This is the litter box, the TV. There was one chair for me to sit down. And I lived in this room. The fridge was in here. Everything was in here. And he's here. Yes, I got it, Mark. And he's here one day and he's doing his thing, and he always had his music blasting. So I knew he was out there working. And then all of a sudden, like, the music stopped. And I would go out there every once in a while and just, you know, hey, how's it going? What are you doing? Whatever. And for like 20 minutes, it was silent, like no noise. And I was like, okay, I'm going to go check and see what's going on. So I walked out. And there was no front door on my house. All my kitchen appliances were sitting in the kitchen. All of the tools were sitting in the kitchen. All of the cupboards, and they weren't put together, but in their flat packs, were sitting there. All of, my TV, like all my stuff. Mark, I got it. Thank you. All of my stuff was exposed for everyone to see because he just left. Took the front door off my house. He was switching the door that day. And he took the front door off the house and just left. Didn't say anything. And I lost my mind. And I phoned Mark and I said, he's never coming back in this house again. I mean, can you imagine? Anybody could have walked in and stole everything that we own, and I would have been completely oblivious to it because I was locked back here, not paying any attention, thinking that he was working away. No. We got no answers, no explanations, no nothing. And it's unfortunate because, he's not really a friend now, shall we say. So Mark wants me to show you this picture. So the kitchen, what is now the kitchen, that used to be the hair salon, is an addition that was put on this house. And when we took a closet out that was accessible from the living room, this is what we found. That is the original siding on the house. Which is just really cool. The neighbor's gone. The guy's whatever, it doesn't matter. It was actually a good thing that he did that. And we let him go and we finished the rest of the job ourselves. So he worked here for about 6 days. And that was it. The only help that we had was a plumber and an electrician. Because we had to have all the house rewired. And then plumbing for the bathrooms. And for the kitchen sink and the dishwasher. Actually, no, Mark did the dishwasher, I think. Other than that, we did everything ourselves. And what's funny is that Mark thinks that he's not handy. And my dad was super handy, so I think I know how to do everything. So between the two of us, we made a pretty good team. So, yeah. Would we do it again? I'd do it again in a heartbeat. I don't know that Mark can handle it, but because I think by the end of the exercise, I mean, obviously he was the one who did the majority of the work. But like, he went away for a work conference and he called me one night and said, how's it going? And I said, great. I took all the wood off of the ceiling. And, the one that we cut up and put on the fireplace wall, that fake wall, I did all that by myself when he was away. One night he went to the bathroom and I knocked a wall down. When he came out, he was like, what are you doing? I was like, can you help? Yeah, so. Because I was trying to talk him into it and he wasn't going to do it. So I thought, well, the only way, I mean, he can't say no if there's a hammer through it, right? He's got to go with it. So. Yep. Well, no, Mark would never do that. But we don't have gas here. We have electric stove. There was gas running to the house, but we wouldn't be able to run the gas to where the kitchen is. Gas was on the other side of the house, so we had to go with an electric stove. But I know what you mean. Yeah, it was totally like educating Rita. It really was. Unlike the DIY, like I wrecked my house or whatever it's called. It was fun though. I liked it. I don't know. I mean, if we didn't have some of the problems that we had, it would have been a lot smoother of a process. But I have to be honest and say that it wasn't as horrible as it could have been. You know, because we've heard some horror stories, have we not, my friends? Oh, look at my babies. Can you guys see them? Look. Can you see them laying on the bed? Oh. I don't know where Charlotte is. Okay, friends, I'm going to let you go because I have to be up at 11 a.m. and I still have my reading to do for the weekend. Oh, jeepers, and I'm freezing. Ugh. You know when you get that chill through your bones and you just can't shake it? Oh. 3 hours and 31 minutes. Woo! So, I love you lots. I appreciate all of you. Thank you for hanging out with me for the last Friday or Friday at the Firepit night. It was fun. I appreciate all of you guys. I appreciate your support. And please don't forget to hit the thumbs up if you did not already do so. Don't forget that tomorrow at 11 a.m. We are back with the Vibe Tribe, and on Sunday at 3 p.m. we have Lady Soul here doing some mediumship readings, and yes, and the wellness reading that I used to do on Wednesdays is now called the weekly wellness reading, and I do that every Sunday, so make sure you check that out. And of course, share with a friend because we're trying to get me to 500 subscribers so I can get my community tab. Yay! I mean, I think I deserve a community tab, don't you? So thank you, everyone, for hanging out. And I appreciate all of you very much. And what else? I feel like I'm forgetting to say something. How about a card? Want a card? I'm just going to cut a deck. We have grounding, nature, presence, practicality, and stability. Stability, 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 and more stability. I am not going out and sticking my toes in the earth right now because it is freezing out. It is now like 6 degrees outside, so cold. Anyways, have yourself a great weekend. I love you lots. I appreciate you all so very much. Thank you so much for everyone who is here and for all the people that shared in the chat tonight. It turned out to be a great, really sweet conversation, and I love those kind of nights. So thank you, everybody, for being here. Many blessings to you. Mwah! Bye, everybody.